Before we start this video, I want to give you a message. I'm about to hit the 2000 subscriber mark. Do everything in your power to help because I am preparing a Boricua interview video where it's for our celebration of the 2000 subscriber mark. This interview is from my close friend who happens to be half Chamorro and half Puerto Rican. So that's gonna be a pretty cool one, and I hope that you can subscribe if you haven't, because I can't wait to upload this clip. Super cool stuff, super cool information about his experience and why people love Puerto Rico so much. He even did a DNA test. You can't wait to see that, right? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So subscribe because we are about to surpass the 2000 subscriber mark. Let's celebrate. Welcome to this video. This is Abaquetone Borique. Let me check out some technical stuff first, and then I'm gonna continue with you shortly. Welcome to this video. This is Abaquetone Borique. This is a video where I'm gonna briefly review the videos of my channel, and the reason is because I am going to clean and I'm gonna delete a whole bunch of these videos because of the AdSense account. I have to do a whole bunch of cleaning, and so if you wanna watch a whole bunch of stuff, all of these videos are still available because I still have to do some content with that content if I can. So I'm still gonna be like, maybe I can't give an exact number, but I'm gonna have a whole bunch of this content up for maybe a month because I still have to do a lot of work. This is a lot of work, but in the end you're going to see why everything is paying off, because I began, you know, with barely anything, or with basically nothing. It was very hard to start the channel, but I'm gonna talk about that more maybe later. But the point is that I have to, I'm gonna review all this, but I'm just gonna delete some videos. It's not gonna be all, it's just gonna be some videos. I will give more explanations along the video, but I am glad that you are here with me. I am your host, your anfitrión. Soy Abaquetone Borique, tú sabes, de Puerto Rico. It's the island of Puerto Rico. It is a nation, and I am Puerto Rican. I am a Puerto Rican individual. I was born in Puerto Rico. You see me right here. You have all this stuff. So while you listen to what I'm saying, you can watch this, my thumbnails right there in the background. But moving forward, I will describe quickly what happened with the channel. This is Abaquetone Borique. Abaquetone Borique is my research. Abaquetone Borique is in the language of the Taino Borique. In that language, which is Taino Borique. Abaquetone Borique, which is half Ayeri and half Ayeri and half Boricua phrase, which I organized, because Abaquetone is one thing and Borique is another. Borique just means the things of Puerto Rico, because that's what the suffix e in the indigenous language would suggest in a word, or in the ending of a word. as a suffix. So, well, that's one thing. But if I keep explaining onto that, I will probably most likely digress. But abaquetone, which is ayeri, it's from the language of, maybe I think it was Las Islas Dominicas, which is not the Dominican Republic. It's Las Islas Dominicas, which is near Trinidad and Tobago or Curacao or something like that, but it's not. It's south of Puerto Rico, along the smaller Antillas, Antillas Menores. Puerto Rico es una de las Antillas Mayores, so that's to the south, east. So, abaquetone means a document, or it means to record. So that's why I made this channel, because I am recording what's Boricua. When I mean Boricua, you know what I mean. I mean indigenous language. Some people, to refer to the indigenous language of Puerto Rico, they would prefer to utilize the suffix Aiki, or I don't know, Aiki, and that suffix would suggest also the same thing as eh in the Taino Borique language. So if you would say Borique Naiki or Borique Naiki, it would be totally similar to saying Taino Borique. It's practically the same, but the way that the peoples that are speakers of Borique Naiki, they have that form and that way because Wajunaiki is where they are trying to take most of their influence, their loaning influence, because that's what we are doing with the language. The Puerto Rican Taino language actually exists. So you can say that you are reconstructing Taino language, but in reality, Taino language exists. So what I'm trying to say by that is that eventually we are reinforcing the Taino language, and that's one cool thing that I can, probably add about that. I haven't checked the videos yet, but I will pause right here just to remind you quickly that I'm gonna help 33 women. I want to make 33 women smile. So if you want to help me make 33 women smile, I will leave a link in the description so you can buy it, and then you can donate so you can help me, to create smiles. I have a quota. I made a number of 33 because my foundation that is dedicated onto helping people has already helped 33 plus people in Puerto Rico and a whole bunch of households, and I've literally seen a whole bunch of smiles, and I have to show you more things, but I just do this. I just do these things, and I've done these things from my own volition. I've always wanted to help people since I was a little child, and then I had a member that helped me in the buy me a coffee, and I still don't know if he wants me to mention him. I did say, hey, do you want me to mention you? But I just want him to know, thank you so much for that donation, and I still have it. So the thing is that whatever the people are going to donate and help Well, all of those things are going to be used and saved to help people, period, and create smiles. It will have always, um, it will always look for helping people. So I just want to, give assurance to this particular angel. Like this person is a literal angel because, and he won a prize. So we're still pending to see how are we gonna go about it. But I'm totally ready to give this individual who's an angel who already donated a prize. So I'm gonna leave you the link in the description. And if you don't want to buy the donation, what I'm gonna put in the donation in the store, if you don't like it, then you can just buy me a coffee, which is much less expensive, and that way you can just leave me a comment and say, here, I'm gonna buy you a coffee, but it's for your initiative where you're gonna help women and you're gonna make 33 women smile. So I'm thinking particularly of going to the library and I'm gonna make 33 positive uh, messages. That's one idea, and then I also want to buy flowers, so they gotta be fresh from that same day. Where I'm gonna probably gonna walk around and just find somebody who is the female, and I'm just gonna hand out these gifts. So if you want to help, I will be very happy for your support, and for the person who gave me a donation. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. Part of this community, one of the best, members of this whole entire community. So, just being part of this community, just thank you to everybody as well. And if you want to talk to me or something for some type of inquiry, or if you need help with your ancestry, I have my Gmail in the description, but I would also rather if you go straight to my store where you can help me in there, because I that's where my story is gonna take its segue. In a way, it's gonna take the segue through that particular route. But I started with nothing. I started with like this messed up phone. We called it una matraca. So I was studying and giving you a whole bunch of content as much as I could with this low quality matraca. It was crazy. Look at that. Like, look at me. Okay, some of these are with, like, for instance, this one was with an iPhone, right? But much more to the recent times, I was doing videos with a matraca, which is a low quality cell phone. Look at these videos. I do a whole bunch of content, so I can entertain you, but to me, it's like, wow, I sometimes upload a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But in the end, I pretty much love it. It's our culture, and we have to embrace all the aspects and study it, because that's why we are here. We are researching. And I was, in the bottom. I was in the bottom, and because I was having a whole bunch of trouble uploading videos and making videos, but I still did. I still did my best. So I kept going in order to reach you, and eventually, but I would say immediately you reached to me, because I can't even make a skit about this. I make my videos, and then you know that a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans are gonna maybe criticize, and you know that for a fact, like, oh, you indigenous, but oh wow, more people love this community and are more passionate about the community than we ever thought, than we ever imagined, about heritage, about your blood and about your ancestry, your Puerto Rican genetics. More of that people than of the people that were criticizing, because some people judge, some people criticize here and there, for sure, right? But in the end, there's more of us than of those Puerto Ricans who just don't tolerate those sort of things about our culture. But in the but also in the end, about all of those things, it's totally okay because that's how our culture is. We talk about race all the time. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're that. It's so much that it's just part of our culture. We're like talking about our ethnicity, where you come from. You're this, you're that, where your grandma come from. Y tu abuela, ¿a dónde está? And a whole bunch of stuff like that that is totally of our culture. And maybe I'm just gonna say that if you come from the United, sorry, if you come from the culture of maybe USA, which is the United States, or maybe some other culture that could be more, maybe I could say, fragile or something like that, then you're probably not gonna totally understand where I'm coming from. But I do not ever try to debate too hard onto anybody that questions our community. At one point I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want nobody here to start, maybe disrespecting me. I was like, come on, man, this community, I love it so much. I have so much passion for it. I don't want nobody to talk smack about it, man. Come on, man. I love this. I know that uh, it's not that I'm exposing. This is information, like I've always said, that exists already, and and the community knows this, and we are reinforcing traditions. Some people don't even speak Taino Borique the way I speak Taino Borique. But to me, in the end, that person who may only speak Ayeri, or that person who maybe has another type of dialect from a language that is probably not too rightful or generally accepted. But to me, all of those people are important pieces of the puzzle, and I know that in for those people, I'm also an important piece of the puzzle. I know that a whole bunch of people would enjoy how much I would dive into the indigenous language of Puerto Rico, and I appreciate people that speak Ayeri. I appreciate people that speak Wayunaiki or Borikenaiki. All of that is just part of one whole tree that I would never ever say something against. Sometimes I could say some things like, hey, like, why wouldn't you say the Taino word for this? You're saying some different word. And if I tell you that, well, I'm just trying to protect our language because you're making a video and you are probably giving misinformation to a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans. Or is it that you are not Puerto Rican and that you have a different influence about your language, or have you not read, or have that's not what I'm saying totally, but I'm trying to find out the reasons. Why would somebody include something so out of place within our indigenous language, because and not be corrected? Because in the end, I speak everybody knows that I speak about all of this linguistic and historical information that we can may also mixed and together with archaeogenetics. And everybody knows that I'm gonna accept your comment. I don't care if you hate Taino. I've had indigenous people bash. Like people say, "Oh, I'm indigenous," blah blah blah. Like truly, like come from, and I've been like, "Yo, like, um, wow, like, if I'm this, people are not happy. If I'm indigenous, or or celebrate my indigenous ancestry, then you're not happy." And then I also told, this type of people or this type of person, I'm saying if they come with hate, that type of person. So if they come with that, well, I answer, look, I do have the ancestry. We do have this. We do have that. These things are part of our culture, and what I eventually mean is that even though I'm not exactly like you, I do have a ancestor that is exactly like you, and not exactly like you. We are native to Puerto Rico. So no matter how much, 100%, I mean, I don't think that person was 100%. But I digress. It's not about that. I don't bash on nobody, and it's totally okay that that person comments, and it's great that that person even comments. Like I want to know what does that person think. And in the end, I said, look, well, I have the indigenous ancestry of Puerto Rico. Therefore, you cannot never be more native to Puerto Rico than me, no matter what's your percentage. If you're 1,000% from the Apache tribe, you're still not, you still don't have the right that my that my little bit of indigenous blood takes from all of that you would like to maybe argue about, and takes it, and it still covers all the reasons why Puerto Rico should be my home, no matter how much Portuguese ancestry I have, no matter how much blood I have. So I'm gonna make this part one because this is too long of a video, man. Like I'm sorry, but there's just so much things that to speak about, and so many people that have written to me. And the point about what I was saying about that is that, the point about that is that there has been people that have written to me with hate, but I am like I am understanding comments so much at the level that I understand that people, when they come with hate or something like that, they probably don't really mean it. You can just, even when this, most people, when they come with a lot of hate, they probably have misinformation. And the way that I approach these type of people is that I just give them a chance. Hey man, what's up? Saludo or something like that. Welcome to this community. You wanna have a debate? You wanna talk a bit? You wanna know the reasons? Because sometimes you have to know the reasons. Because my tatara sorry my tatara abuela, who was like born in the 18 maybe 1880, 1885 or something like that, I did the genetic calculation, and this person, through my maternal lineage, was actually about 60% indigenous Taino. But we grew up knowing and thinking that this lineage was of white people. I mean, it was. Because they would say and they would think that they were white. Why? Because they looked white. The only thing that I can add is that, yeah, she looked white, but Thinking about it now, if you look at her pictures, she probably looks more Asiatic than than we could possibly think. People from Sabana Grande and from Cabo Rojo, Hormiguero, San Germán, and all that region, but those sort of people, but from the 1800s, the late 1800s, carried so much indigenous ancestry that that is actually the the highest ethnicity within these type of Puerto Ricans is the indigenous ancestry. So I couldn't even begin to speak about these videos, but let this video be an introduction about that because it's so long. And well, how about that? Is it okay with you? Because you know that this is sort of an introduction, and I probably didn't have. I'm most likely not gonna have the space to get to explain these videos because I have more than 200 videos, and like I was saying, I will expand that. It was very hard. I was really trying to reach onto a whole bunch of people, but with such low resources, and with the type of support that I'm getting at this point, is beginning to feel like there might be hope in the end. So I just thank you so much for supporting my channel. There's so many things and so many projects. If I missed a comment, I'm so sorry. There's so many comments sometimes, and sometimes there's so much work. But I'm so grateful. I read every comment and I get to the comment as soon as I can. Sometimes I see a comment that I haven't liked or I haven't replied, and I go like, "Oh, where was this comment? I didn't see it. I'm so sorry." But I try to do my best to respond to all of your questions. I am super happy to debate and to educate other segue because that's how I'm gonna conclude this video. That well, I think that a whole bunch of people have have you. I'm just gonna tell you, understand the Puerto Rican community. Sometimes they could appear that they're very angry, but they're not angry. I learned about this. I learned about the community. They're not angry. They're just so passionate. They're just gonna come talking about their what they love. What they're passionate about. They want to understand it even more. And when you give them a chance, and when you speak to them, then they give you a chance. Oh, okay. So this person, you can speak to this person. It's not just some person, you know, telling you exactly what to do and how to move. I have learned from you, and you have learned from me. You have made me grow. There's so much respect and so much passion and so much culture that we have this cultural freedom that most probably cannot even comprehend. But that stems from Puerto Rican love, that hospitality. Mi negrito, you know, like there's so much of that probably other cultures are probably not gonna understand. So that being said, I'm gonna leave it just like that. I'm really gonna try to leave it just like that. Um, Go and buy me a coffee because I am going to provide you with a whole bunch of information. I'm trying to help Puerto Ricans. I understood, I really understood that making a channel and having some influence and this research, which I started in college, and it's been like 15 years from that. I still feel very young and all that stuff, but that was a long time ago where I was super young. And I used to speak Taino, at a very basic level, but I still had a whole bunch of information. But even so, having an influential, this is pertaining onto what I was saying about the buy me buy me a coffee. That I will leave a description. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe because I'm soon to hit the 2,000 mark in subs, and I'm gonna celebrate. I have a video. I have a Boricua interview. When I hit those 2,000, I'm soon gonna upload that Boricua interview, which is something that I prepared just for you. Um, anyways, so yeah, like I was gonna add, having some influence reminded me has also reminded me that I also have to go back to my own roots, and I want to help people, and I sincerely want to help people. So that's one of the main reasons why I have the buy me a coffee account. There's many reasons why you would like to or want to buy me a coffee. If you just want to buy me a coffee, if you just want to help me for my own life, in my own mundane life, then you can write it, because you could. I will leave the link, but you can write the message and write the message with the payment, or with the donation. So there's a whole bunch of things that in my channel that you can do as volunteer, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to help people. If you're here and you're part of the community, I don't expect you to help, but I do expect that we have a healthy community, and I will provide you that platform too. And since there's so many positive things happening, then I really truly suggest that you go to my Buy Me a Coffee account and that you do that. I want to help people. Boom, you can say that, and like I mentioned, I still have the donation from the first person um, who gave me some support, which I'm so grateful, and he has a prize, and I'm so happy he's part of he's part of my community, not my, of all of you, and I'm so thankful, and grateful for you that you're here, and so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Abaquetone Boricua, y yo te veré en el próximo.